Welcome to NFL Uncorked. I'm Lakisha Wesseling. So many coaches were hired and fired within the last week or so, and I am here to break it all down for you. So let's just jump right into it. Surprise! I am in a different outfit because right when I was getting ready to post the video you were just watching, the Browns ended up hiring Vikings offensive coordinator Kevin Stefanski as their new head coach. So I kind of had to, make some changes to give you this latest update. So Stefanski was a runner-up last season when the Browns were looking for a head coach, but they ended up going with Freddie Kitchens. And now that he's been fired, they ended up hiring him. Browns chief strategy officer Paul DePodesta, he really liked Stefanski last year. So basically he gets his guy this season. But the funny thing with this hiring, the Vikings played the 49ers this weekend, and 49ers defensive coordinator Robert Saleh was also in the running for this head coaching position. And if you saw the game, the 49ers defense killed the Vikings offense. So you kind of thought like, okay, well, maybe he will probably get the job because 49ers look great. It's just, so it was a kind of a shock to some people because it's like the Vikings didn't really look that great. You're hiring an offensive coordinator who the team couldn't really do much. Kirk Cousins, just wasn't a good look. But Stefanski ended up getting the job anyway, so we shall see. Hopefully this works out for the Browns because they need to win some games for these fans. This is the third or fourth coaching change within the last few years for them. So hopefully they got it right because it's just, man. Well, Stefanski has a lot of weapons on offense. He's got Baker Mayfield, Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry, so many, and they just need somebody to get them all together to work. We'll see, but hopefully this works out for them. Now, back to your scheduled programming. All right, so I have some notes to make sure I break it all down correctly for you. Let's start with number one. So, the Giants fired Pat Shurmur after 2 seasons, and then they hired Joe Judge as their new head coach. And you're probably wondering, like a lot of other people, who the hell is Joe Judge? Well, he was the Patriots special team coordinator and wide receivers coach. And now he's the head coach of the New York Giants. This is his first ever coaching job. And if you had a chance to listen to his press conference at all, you would think that this dude was like an army sergeant or something. He was very just saying all his cliches, he wants to install a winning attitude and But get this, the dude was a kindergarten teacher. I would have never thought because the first thing I thought about was kindergartner cop because it's just, I can't see him teaching little children. But now he's got a big task. Whole city of New York, they need change there, and he coached under Belichick. He coached under Nick Saban, so he's got some big names, and he's learned from some big coaches. So let's see what he can do. Wish the guy the best because that New York media can be absolutely brutal. So he's got the QB, Daniel Jones. He's got the running back, Saquon Barkley. Let's see what magic he can make. So this next one is the weirdest breakup between a coach and an owner that I have ever experienced since I've been working for the NFL Network. So the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, Jason Garrett have this close relationship. They've been together for so many seasons. So not making it to the postseason was the last straw. So you knew Garrett was a goner. But he was still in the building, still having meetings, still trying to fight for his job, all while the Cowboys were interviewing people. It was just, it was such an awkward situation. He's kind of telling his players goodbye, but then he's still having meetings, and then it's just they're having interviews, and it's just dragging out. It's like a relationship, you're breaking up, but you just kind of keep dragging it on. You're sleeping in separate bedrooms, but it's just, it's coming, but it just hasn't happened yet because you're kind of afraid. It's just, dragged on for so long. So fired him, and basically around the same time that they fired him, they hired Mike McCarthy. He didn't coach this past season because he just didn't have a job then, but he was fired by the Green Bay Packers, and he coached them for 13 seasons, and now he's in Dallas, and it's so awkward. It's gonna take me a minute to get used to seeing him with the Dallas Cowboys because of all the, you know, battles that they had together, and just, yeah, there's so many chances that the Cowboys could have made it to the, you know, next round of the playoffs, but it was always Green Bay that was stopping them within the last, like, few years. It's so awkward because when you think of Mike McCarthy, you think Green Bay, you think Wisconsin, you think Aaron Rodgers, and now it's going to be Dallas Cowboys and Jerry Jones, and it's just, ooh, it's going to take me a minute to get used to this one. So, the Panthers fired Ron Rivera. This one kind of sucked because I feel like it wasn't necessarily Ron Rivera's fault because, you know, the quarterback Cam Newton was injured, so you're not playing with your starting quarterback, so it was one of those seasons where you didn't really expect much from it, and it just sucks because, you know, they have a new owner, so I guess he wanted to go a different way. But the thing is, Ron Rivera was the first coach hired this hiring season, and now he's with the Washington Redskins. Ron Rivera was one of the first people, actually was the only person that Washington flew in to interview, and they flew him in on the weekend, and they didn't even let him leave Washington without signing. They loved everything about him. He is, you know, a player's coach. Like, he's going to do a phenomenal job there, I think. And the cool thing with Ron Rivera is he's got all these players in his back, just backing him up, and just because they just love him so much. And these were some cute little quotes from him, from some of his former players. Veteran defensive tackle Gerald McCoy said that, you know, for all the Redskins players that will be playing for him now, he said the greatest thing in their careers is about to happen. Doesn't get much better than that. And then Josh Norman, who used to play for him whenever he was with the Panthers, he now said that the culture that Ron Rivera is getting ready to have in Washington is going to be night and day difference. So I wish Ron Rivera the best. Wish him well, and I'm excited for things to change in Washington. And then after the Panthers fired Ron Rivera, they just recently hired Matt Rhule, and he used to be the coach at Baylor. Now, the thing with him, listen to these stats. At Baylor, he basically turned their program, they went from a 1-11 in 2017 to 11-1 in 2019. 2 years, turned the program around that fast, 2 freaking years. So the Carolina Panthers are hoping that he can do something similar there with their program, because they went from being in the Super Bowl to kind of just like fizzing out, and they want to get back relevant again. So we'll see if this hires is a good one. That's basically it. So let's go through it one more time. Joe Judge, new head coach for the New York Giants. Mike McCarthy, new coach for the Dallas Cowboys. Matt Rhule, new coach for the Carolina Panthers. Ron Rivera, new coach for the Washington Redskins. Y'all know I'm pregnant by now, so I'm sipping on this non-alcoholic champagne. I talked about it in my other video. This is by Frey. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's a sparkling brew. Tastes just like the real thing. Seriously, if you're on dry January or your preggers or whatnot, go to the store and get this. It is absolutely delicious. You can make you some mimosas and whatnot with your orange juice, and it pretty much tastes like the real thing. So that's it. Until next time, thanks for watching.